What is up, Karatics? Welcome back to the series where I customize and review past DLC and OG vehicles I never got the chance to because I didn't start making car customization videos till about late 2015. As always, guys, let me know in the comments what car from late 2015 and older you want to see me customize next, and I'll display the most liked vehicle suggestion comment in the next customization video. So, in today's video, we're going to be customizing the Benefactor Dubsta 6x6. So this vehicle came out with the I'm Not a Hipster update in June of 2014. It can be purchased from a Warstock website for $249,000, which honestly is insanely cheap for a vehicle like this. I guarantee you this would cost around $2 million if they were to add it in the current GTA economy. But of course, those were the days back in 2014 where most of the vehicles were realistically priced. And a fun little fact about the Dubsta: when it originally released, you had to be at least level 100 to buy it, and back in 2014, there was still a lot of new players to the game, which made the Dubsta 6x6 pretty exclusive because most players weren't level 100 yet. However, at some point they did remove that rank requirement, and I think it was in November of 2014 when the PS4 and Xbox One versions of the game released. I think that's when they removed that level requirement. Now, being on the Warstock website, some people might assume that it might have some crazy armor or even a weapon upgrade, but it doesn't. It's just a normal personal vehicle with standard armor resistance. Now, in terms of performance, the Dubsta 6x6 is in the off-roads class and isn't really all that quick compared to the top vehicles in that class in terms of speed and handling. However, it does off-road very well and wedges itself between both versions of the Caracara on my off-road capability test track. And speaking of the Caracara, the 6x6 version and the Dubsta 6x6 are the only true 6x6 powered vehicles in game, which is pretty cool. But anyways, in terms of what the Dubsta 6x6 is based on, it's primarily based on the Mercedes G63 AMG 6x6. Now, this truck was made from 2013 to 2015, and there were only about 100 made with an MSRP of around $600,000, which is already more expensive than the GTA price, and nowadays they're worth around $1.2 million. So, with a cost of about $250K in GTA, I think that's a really good deal to say the least. Now, the one in GTA is a bit strange in some aspects, specifically the flares, which are just too small and they don't really cover the tire. They cover like less than half of it, whereas the real one, they're very large and cover the entire tire pretty much, and they're made out of carbon fiber as well, so they do look a bit better in my opinion. And the one in GTA does look a bit aftermarket-ish with the little flares, but honestly, at this price point, I think I can live with it. Who knows, maybe they'll add some updated customization for it in the future. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out the customization of the Dubsta 6x6.
What are we doing today?
Alright, 6x6. Okay, we got armor, brakes, bumpers. So we got chrome bull bar with the winch, lights, and then all of that together. And then we got the black bull bar, and then we got the black bull bar with the winch and the lights. Not bad. I do kind of like the bull bar. I think I'm gonna go with that, but without the lights and the winch and stuff, I think that's a bit much, especially the lights. I don't know how I feel about that. So we'll do the black bull bar there. Looks great. Rear bumpers, you have the chrome guard and then the black version of that. Now, fun fact, the 6x6 actually had a bumper at the rear, which looked really awkward, and it was for regulations because of, cars. It was lifted too high stock, basically. But yeah, the one in GTA does look a bit, I guess, cleaner, if you want to call it that. It looks like it's actually kind of supposed to be there and not like an afterthought. So not as much as an afterthought. It still looks, a bit out there, but it's not bad. It looks pretty good. So we'll do that in black. Definitely not chrome. That's a little too weird there. Continuing engine, grill. So you have a mesh grill, and look at that. When it changes, it does a really slow transition. That's so weird. Then you got this one, and then the chrome grill. So these are basically variants of the mesh grill with slats through them. So black and then a chrome version. Interesting. Now I like the Benefactor logo personally. You know, plain, just, I don't know, it looks like it's missing something without the logo up there. I do like that big Benefactor logo front and center there. So, you know, actually I'm gonna keep the stock grille for this one. Hood, you have the off-road hood, which has the armored plating on top. Well, it's not armored plating, it's just rugged plating. This thing is not armored at all. And then you have the one with the spare tire, you can see there, which doesn't match your stock off-road tires. Yeah, really weird. It's like a street tire on there. So we're not gonna do that. And then this just looks a bit too like military-esque for me. And there's no vented hood options. That would have been nice. Like the Brabus, for example, the 6x6 version of this one, it has like a nice vented hood. They really should have added that for this. That would have been really cool. But I guess stock hood it is. Lights, xenons, plate. I do have a Benz plate for this. Boom. Respray. So for this, actually I'm gonna go, let me see here with the, I don't think there's anything in Chameleon I would like for this. Yeah, no, I want to go for like a nice matte color, so we'll go for like a nice matte, maybe like a light gray, and then we'll throw like a pearl on it or something. Yeah. Alright, let's do a matte light gray, and then we'll do the glitch, which only works in the normal customs, to do the pearl on it. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work. I mean, it's never really worked in here. It usually only works in let's see. So the way you do it is you buy the matte color, then you hover over metallic, and then you buy anything. Let's just, I don't know, buy this for example, and then you go back here, you go to pearlescent. Yeah. It still doesn't work in the custom shop here for your own the CEO office, unfortunately. It only works at the LS Customs. But we'll do that once we take it outside. We'll do that separately. Let's put our stock hood back on. So for secondary color on this is the roof, the roll bar back here, the flares, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So that's what it changes there. I definitely like black, but I think we'll go matte black, because the crew black, I mean, it's like glossy, but I don't know how that looks against the, because our bull bars are black, so I think the matte black matches it better. Yeah. Alright, matte black. Crew emblem goes in the doors. Okay. Roof, you have the roof rack in chrome. Chrome with spotlights, black, and then black with spotlights. I do like the spotlights, they look pretty good, so we'll do that there. Suspension, we're not going to lower this, so leave that stock. Transmission, turbo, wheels. So for this, definitely I want to stick with the off-road look. Now, giant normal wheels, you know, they do look pretty crazy on this, because they're obviously huge, kind of like the Sand King, but I don't like that. I like the, you know, the nice rugged off-road look. So I'm between the concave Rally Masters and the Ridge Climbers, and then I think the Ridge Climbers look pretty good on here. A nice simple 5-spoke design. These look good, the concave 5s, but they kind of like the spokes kind of go into the beadlock area, which I don't like. So I think we'll do the Ridge Climbers there. So we'll do that. Wheel color black. Yeah, that does look good. I like that. That turned out really nice. Windows, we'll black them out, and that's all the options there. So I mean, at least it has some options, right? It is, and for its price, you know, you would think that that would kind of be the downside, that it, you know, has a pretty affordable price and doesn't have any customization, but it actually does. So that's good. All right, let's exit to ground. Oh yeah, look at that. So cool. This thing is awesome. I mean, it would be so much money if they added this in the game today. Alright, let's give it some throttle. Sounds pretty good. Same exhaust note as the regular Dubsta, pretty much. Yeah, SUV copy and paste interior, kind of expected from 2014. All right, floor it, and you do get some wheel spin, which is hilarious. And this thing is super fun to drive. I remember back when this released in 2014, I immediately bought it, and I was just drifting around with it all over the map because it was just so much fun. So you would think this thing would be like super grippy because it has, you know, 6 wheels obviously, but it's actually really drifty if you kind of handbrake, and I mean it just does it by itself. Look at that. It's actually a pretty fun vehicle to slide around in. Alright, let's do that Matte Pro glitch before I forget. So I was driving around and getting sidetracked. Let's put that on here really quick. Respray. Let's go hover over metallic. Buy like a plate or something. Respray, and then go to pearlescent. Boom. There you go. That's how you do it. Pretty simple. So I think we'll do like a nice cream pearlescent on this. Or maybe like a white. White looks good, but then it also transfers to our black, but I guess it's not that bad. Maybe a frost white to tone it down a little bit. But yeah, it definitely livens up that gray. It looks really good on the matte, so I'll do that there. Alright, and then, let's put our plate back. Perfect. Alright, exit. See out in the sun here. I can already see in the shade. Oh, it looks so much better. That's nice. That came out really good. I don't know about you, but that I love the way this turned out. That's nice. Very aggressive looking. See how it does with something. I mean, this is not that steep. This is like a walk in the park for this. Yeah, that's like no problem at all. How about from that more rugged area? That would be a lot tougher. I don't think it would be able to do that. Yeah, probably not. We could try it though. Let's see. I doubt it. I highly. Oh, it's doing something. A little throttle control here, and oh well, that's 6-wheel drive. Wow. That's good, man. Wow, a little throttle control there, and it just did it all by itself. It's like, I got you, bro. I'll get up this hill. Don't worry about it. That's pretty crazy. Wow, man. Oh man, that's great. I mean, I guess for like those types of situations, I mean, you really can't get too stuck in this thing if you throttle control it right. If you go like full speed at it, or you're flooring it, you're gonna go down that hill. It's not gonna work out. The secret to this is very light throttle inputs when you're doing that aggressive off-roading. You want to give it like 10% throttle or so, and then gradually increase the throttle once you see it starting to move. So yeah, this thing, absolute beast. Now in terms of like handling on road and all that, obviously I talked about the drifting earlier, or power sliding, but then again the issue is like when you're driving it normally, it does understeer a lot when you're not trying to power slide it or drift it, which I mean is to be expected, right, with something with 4 rear wheels. Now this is kind of like the Sand King, where you can climb over some vehicles. I think this one's a little bit too high up in the front. Yeah, oh yeah, it still does it. There you go. A little flip there, but yeah, it does that kind of similarly to the Sand King, so you can kind of climb different vehicles. This is too big, I think. Yeah, that's too big. But you can climb most normal normal cars if you angle it right. And the Fudo, that's an easy one. That will do this no problem. Slow down, buddy. I want to destroy your car. Give me a second here. There you go. Oh man. How about a 6-wheel drive launch? Throttle control it as best we can here. That launch is pretty good. That's not bad at all. Alright, let's pull over and open all the doors and stuff here on this dirt path. Perfect. Alright. Looks so good in the sun, man. That color came out great on this. Alright, vehicle doors. Oh. Everything opens up. Engine model, the same exact one from the regular Dubsta. It's a V8 engine model. It doesn't, it's not the best texture quality, but again, 2014, and the real one had a V8. It was a twin turbo V8, but I mean, it's not bad. At least it's somewhat realistic, right? In that regard, you can kind of say that they're both V8s in real life and in the game. Interior, again, we already talked about that. Copy and paste, you know, normal SUV interior. The bed does open, the tailgate does open, so that's good. Climb back here, and you can in fact sit 2 people back here. So this is a 6-seater, 4 inside, 2 outside, sitting right here on the bed. So that's pretty cool there. Overall, for those of you who don't own this yet, what are you doing? This should be in your garage, right? For $250,000, I mean, it's a gift, honestly, if you ask me. Yes, the customization isn't the greatest, but in 2014, that was pretty acceptable, honestly. Now, would it be nice to have updated customization on this? Yeah, you know, I would like to see maybe like a flare option to where they stick out more like the real one. Maybe even a carbon fiber option like the real one, a nice carbon option, that'd be sick. And some Brabus style hoods, that'd be a nice option too. But I mean, other than that, it's great. I like it. Now the roof lights do not work. This of course is high beams. There during the day, when you hit it once, it's high beams, and they don't work, unfortunately. So yeah, that kind of sucks. But again, 2014. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Remember to let me know down below in the comments what vehicle from late 2015 and older you want to see me customize next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.